Or one of the 16 million Americans living with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, you probably have many questions. COPD makes it harder to breathe and worsens over time. As a caregiver, you may juggle many roles. Being connected to the right resources can help. That's why the Learn More, Breathe Better program and Respiratory Health Association created the COPD Caregivers Toolkit. This free toolkit will help you better understand the disease, prepare for doctor's appointments, navigate home life changes, help after a COPD flare-up, and stay mentally and physically healthy through it all. Help your loved one live better with COPD. Visit nhlbi.nih.gov/COPD-caregivers.
In honor of Women's History Month, during March, we want you to show off just how phenomenal you truly are with Word's latest Phenomenal Woman swag. This is also the perfect gift for that special woman in your life. Our latest swag features a tote bag, notebook, and a long sleeve t-shirt. Get one or get all three. And guess what? If you're a 4-Word member, then you get these brand new items with a 25% off code. That's right, 25% off for our 4-Word members. Join or renew to get your discount code via email. Remember, membership has its privileges. Go to wordradio.com/WHM to start shopping now. That's wordradio.com/WHM. Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM. Philadelphia, streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, family, hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. You can tell that I'm already on 1,000 because I'm happy to be here with you. You know I am. You know I am. I have missed you. OMG. I sure have. I have missed you. There's nothing like home. Nothing like home. Although I love being able to go away. I love coming back. How about that? Okay. How about that? My utmost gratitude to our beloved Roxy Fab for hosting in my absence. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much. I also have to thank a few other people. I have to thank the promoter, Simon, the incomparable Mesa, and the entire Will Downing crew, as well as the UK. for such an exceptional time. You all, I mean, there could not have been more love. I love the UK, and it had been far too long since I'd been there last. So I must say that I was not disappointed. But you know, I missed you. You know, I did. You know, I did. You know, I did. Okay, I'm going to jump. Okay, because we have so much to do tonight and so much to talk about. I do want to share because, you know, we will still continue with our facts and our important information. So, in recognition of Women's History Month, today I share with you some information. One of the most recognizable symbols, as I read, of Women's History Month are the colors, the use of the colors, purple, green, and white. I read that these colors have deep historical roots and they carry important psychological meanings that continue to inspire us even today. So, if you didn't know, I'm going to share with you. The color green symbolizes hope, new beginnings, and growth. Purple stands for justice and dignity and signifies visionary thinking. And the color white, forgive me, has been used in association with equality and is said to calm and comfort us, as well as have an uplifting effect. I did not know that. So I just imagine that you didn't either. That is today's Women's History Moment. And for today's Black History 365 moment, well, today's Black History 365 moment is about Unita Zelma Blackwell. Born on this very date, March 18th in 1933, in Lula, Mississippi, she was the first African American elected female mayor in the state of Mississippi. She was elected mayor of Mayorsville, Mississippi in 1976. She's often remembered for her political activities, but she's better known for her devotion to the betterment of others, and it is documented by her real life service. Family, that is today's Black History 365 moment. All right, well, happy birthday to all of our love bugs that are celebrating. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to all of you that I missed last week. Family, you know, I want to know if you are joining us. If you're doing so by socials, let us know. Show us some love, okay? Nick and I, we love the love you share it any way you care to share it. You know, I want to say, I don't take that for granted when you show us love. Just know that, okay? Just know that. I want to know how you're feeling today. I hope that you're feeling and are doing well, because if your light is shining just the least bit dimly, okay? I just want you to know that on behalf of your entire tribe and village, I am sending you all the love and hugs that I can muster and that you can handle in this very moment, because you need to know that you are not alone. You are so not alone. We are right here, okay? You're not alone. Now, we've got some things that I need to share with you, but I'm going to do that a little later because I see the clock ticking and I want to jump into this conversation with our first guest of the evening. Family, our beloved has come to visit with us again. She is the one and only Stephanie Renee. She is the founder of the Soul Sanctuary Congregation, which is a Philadelphia-based nonprofit arts education foundation established in 2002 to preserve and uplift positive urban culture. Family, I invite you to the conversation with the one and only Stephanie Renee. Hi there, beautiful. Oh, wait. Let's do that. There we go. We got to hear you.
Okay. We'll try that again. Good evening.
Good evening, beloved. Good evening.
Glad to be with you. And I'm glad that I wore one of the right colors. You know, when you said purple, I was like, oh,
like, I'm in there. When I read it today, I said, oh man. I was already dressed. But welcome. And thank you for representing. How about that? You're representing. That's all that is. So it's been just a few minutes since we saw you last, but what are you sharing with us today? I'm excited to know.
Tonight, I thank you for opening up the airways for me to reach out to your word audience and let them know about Make Music Day Philly 2024. I'm honored to serve as the coordinator for this celebration and wanted everybody in the listening audience to know so that they can find some way to participate, because this is a celebration that takes place in over 1,000 locations around the globe. Philadelphia is just one city, but we're talking about here in the United States, all across the country, as well as foreign locales like Rio de Janeiro, like Sydney, Australia, like Tokyo, Japan. This is a day for us to, on the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. This year, that means Friday, June 21st. It is a day to celebrate live music performance and music education all around the world. And we already know that Philadelphia is a global capital when it comes to especially soulful music. And so we definitely want to show up and show out for this year's celebration.
You know, that's what we do. That's what Philly does. That's what we do. We do show up and show out. So let me ask well, first of all, thank you for that, because I had no idea. None whatsoever. But to know that it's celebrated globally,
Yes.
in what way will we celebrate here in Philadelphia? What will take?
So this is part of the reason why I'm joining you tonight. This is the ask for all of the talented people in the Word listening audience to be a part of this. Our official sign up begins tomorrow on the vernal equinox. So, you know, we're trying to keep it in alignment with the heavens.
Right.
We're doing things, right?
I
But
love it.
it is open to people of all ages, all cultures, and most importantly, all skill levels. Because our professionals, of course, we love to have them, but that doesn't mean that you can't participate in some way, because all of the official activities as a part of Make Music Day must be free and open to the public. So for people that live in West Philadelphia, you all are familiar with the various porch fests that go on in that section of the city. So it doesn't even have to be a formal venue. This could be you signing up and saying that during the lunch hour, I'm going to pull out my guitar and I'm going to sit on my steps and I'm just going to share with my neighbors. Those are the kinds of expressions that we are looking for. And then if you're an educator, if you have some skills on an instrument, then let us know. If you want to do a workshop, we might be able to find other instruments for you to use so that you could do that in your local park, so that you could do that in your recreation center. All of these things are where we're looking for people of all different ages and skill levels to come together and just participate on that day.
I love that. Oh my goodness. I got so excited because I was just picturing people on their porches and all kinds of, I would love that. Let me tell you, I would love that. You
And
hear
we would
me?
love to have you. Listen, I know you're busy. So there's no expectation that you might be able to participate. But if you decide that you want to do a little something, or if you want to sign up and let us point you in a direction of a venue or participating venue in your area, then we can do that too.
Ooh, family, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Y'all know I get excited. I get so excited about things. And it's like, Carol. It's like, wait a minute, I got to calm my little self down so that I can participate and do some things. But so family, you heard the call. Where do we go? How do we make this happen? What information do we need? Do we need to prepare videos? Do we just need to, what do we need to do?
So here's the thing, and I'm giving y'all a little extra in, because even though it officially opens tomorrow, the site is available to take your registrations right this minute if you want to go now as you're watching Carol. The website is philly.makemusicday.com. Okay, so philly.makemusicday.com, and you will see we call it's basically the performer matchmaking service. Because if you are a venue, so if you are signing up to be a host space, then that's one process. If you are signing up to be a performer / educator, because educators could be there as well, you do another part of the format. And then throughout the course of the next several months, I'm going to be putting talent together with venues. And you all, I don't have to oversee everything. If you got an idea for what you want, then you can say, I only want this genre of music. You can say, I only want people from my neighborhood. So you can specify that you're trying to do it and be hyper local. We don't want to step on the fun. You can
Okay.
set it up however it works best for you, and we'll put people together with you that makes sense for the way that you want to host or the way that you want to perform.
So what if you want to do both? What if you have a venue? What if you have you want to be a host venue and you want to perform? Can you do that
Oh,
as
thank
well?
you for asking. So
Oh.
here's the other easy part. If you are a venue that already has programming going on that evening or that just sometime during the day, we're doing signups from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So if you already have something going on that day and you just want to be part of our official listing, you can do that. Just remember, it
Mm,
must be free and open to the public. So if you're charging, if you
mhm.
got a cover charge, we appreciate you, but we
Right.
can't have that as a part of this because we want to make this as accessible to as many people as possible. So that's the
Right.
thing. And if you just have a space that had, let's say you're like, I have a coffee shop. So I want to, I'm not a performance venue, but
Mhm,
I would
mhm.
love to have an acoustic, performer come in
Right.
at some point. Then you can say that. You can say, I have space and I have electricity, but I don't have, I don't have equipment. Fine.
Okay. Okay.
Those are
Okay.
boxes you can check as you sign up, and we'll look at all of the variables and make sure that you are matched with the kind of talent that will work best in your space.
So the ask is not limited to musicians.
No.
You shared. You can be an educator.
Yes.
You could. Oh, I love it. I
So
love it.
think
I
about
love it.
this. Friday, June 21st is the first Friday after the close of schools. So we talk so often about how our children don't have access to these things. And we
Mhm.
know that once school is out for the summer, then
Mhm.
our
Mhm.
children, the idle minds and the idle hands, they get into stuff, right? So
Right.
how about hosting a workshop where they can learn how to play percussion or what something easy that
Mhm. Mhm.
they can feel
Mhm.
accomplished by the time it's all done. That's a good way to keep the kids off the street and in the community doing something productive.
Right. Well, say that you're an author. What if you write children's books? If you want to do a reading, can you do that? Can you?
Yes.
You can do that too?
Do that. Now, of course, we would love for it to be culturally themed to tie in
Absolutely.
to the day, but
Absolutely.
sure, if the main character of your book plays an instrument or is dreaming about one day becoming a vocalist, that works.
I love it.
That works.
Family, okay, so listen, y'all, I told you I'm already on 1,000 because I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to be here. But for those of you who have just joined us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Family, I see you commenting. I cannot wait to read your comments from our socials because y'all just know I love you and I can't wait to see what you're writing. But for those of you who are listening and are not watching, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to Love and Life, all of you, with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with our beloved Stephanie Renee, and we are talking about Philly Make Music Day, which is taking place on Friday, June 21st. Is that
Yes.
correct?
10
Now,
a.m. to 10 p.m.
I was
all
just about
across
to
the city.
ask 10 a.m. till 10 p.m.
And I should also say, not just Philadelphia proper. Now, of course,
Mhm.
I'm a longtime resident. Philly is my second home.
Right.
So I want the city to show up and show out. But that does not preclude Greater Philadelphia, and that does
Ooh.
not preclude Camden. I had to
Ooh.
say that out loud because people need to know that as well. Those are considered part of our area.
That's
So
right.
we know that there have been some venues in Westchester that have participated in the past. You are welcome back. Delco, Montco, come on, y'all.
Mm.
You can participate as well. And we want to
I
have
love it.
all of that. We want that culture radiating out all around our area, making people feel good instead of all this other nonsense we got going on
Yeah.
around us. Let's have a solid, feel good day in the city.
I so love that. That's what we need, though. That's what it's all about. And creativity, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic for those who are doing it. It's therapeutic for those who get to experience it. It's just therapy. So let's have a day of therapy, y'all. Let's have a day of therapy. Let's all get out there, create and support because it's about support. Just about love. At its core, it is love. That's all. It is love. So can you tell us the website once again, please?
Yes. So for the people that want to sign up, then you go to philly.makemusicday.com. But if you just want to come out, you want to see the listings, you want to just be a part of the celebration happening throughout the city, then you can sign up and follow us on all social media at Make Music Philly. So we have a Facebook page, we have Twitter, we have X, we have Instagram.
Yeah, I know.
All those things. You can find us at Make Music Philly, and the makemusicphilly.org is the official site for the city. So that's where you can see the listings as they start coming online. That's how you can stay in touch with all of the different performances if you just want to come be in the audience.
At makemusicphilly.org. You can do that as well. Okay, family, what I did was put makemusicphilly.org in the chat for those of you who are joining us by way of socials. Family, for those of you who are joining us just by listening, and you know we love all of you, however you care to join us, but makemusicphilly.org is the site to go and see who will be participating. You can check out all of the listings for the day. I do want to repeat once again that the website to sign up, if you want to participate, or if you have a venue, or listen, whatever it is, okay? Because Stephanie's she's going to dig deep, and she's going to, take care of it all. I know she is. But that website is it philly.makemusicday.com.
Yes.
All right. We've got our .coms and our .orgs together.
Yes,
okay.
exactly.
So you listen.
.org if you just want to check out the listings, .com if you want to sign up. And we are looking forward to a lot of new people. That's the thing, right? We want this to be as inclusive as possible. The celebrations should be a reflection of what our city actually looks like. And so the more people that sign up to participate one way or the other, the more that we can represent exactly who we are as a city.
Steph, I want to know more about these porch concerts. They just sound so awesome. I want to
West Philly has it going on in that way. I will say absolutely. It's just a wonderful way for there to be music flowing all through the neighborhood and people just getting to know your neighbors, right? We talk so often about how isolated people are in their homes and all the stuff that's going on. If you know your neighbors, you will also know when something's not quite right.
How about that?
Better to gather together in a joyous way than to gather together over tragedy, which we see far too often. So
amen to that.
I'm cheering for Make Music Day Philly 2024 to be the best yet. And I need you all's help in order to make that happen. Family,
you heard that. You are charged with making this happen. Okay. Stephanie Renee, our beloved, has made the call. Steph, thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. Oh, we look forward to your follow-up visit, okay? Because we
and I'll circle back around to you in case you think you can pinch off a little bit of time. I have a suggestion for where we can welcome you, and you can slide in, do a little something, slide right back out, and get back to your day. So we're gonna make that happen.
Call me. Family, we're going to take just a short commercial break, but when we come back, I'm going to our socials, and we're going to keep it moving. Okay, stay with us because we're coming right back.
Okay, remember what I told you. Be your own boss, love yourself, level up.
Level Up is back for 2024, celebrating Women's History Month in partnership with WVON Chicago and KJLH Los Angeles, highlighting Black women-owned businesses who are making a difference in their communities. You can nominate your business or one of your favorite Black women-owned businesses for a chance to become one of 5 finalists who will participate in an in-person, live on-air Shark Tank-style pitch party on Tuesday, April 2nd at the Fittler Club. The winner will be selected by a panel of corporate sector judges and will receive a grand prize valued at $5,000. Deadline for submissions is Friday, March 22nd. Visit wordradio.com/level up to nominate the best of the best in Black women-owned businesses. Level Up 2024 is brought to you by Comcast, the Pennsylvania Lottery, Keystone First, and Bank of America.
Level up, level up, level up.
April 5th was a breakthrough day.
Once, there was a very silly bear.
During a well visit at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia Primary Care, Zach got his very first book.
Let's point to the bear.
And his mom got advice and support about the importance of reading to her 9-month-old.
Very good.
The Reach Out and Read program at CHOP has helped thousands of families open a whole new world for their children through early reading.
Right, he's right there.
Every day, Children's Hospital is making breakthroughs for kids. Some big, some small, all wondrous.
And they had a very good day.
Zach's breakthrough? Lots of happy endings that add up to a great beginning. What can we do for your child today? Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Breakthroughs every day. Yours begins at chop.edu.
When it comes to playing the PA lottery, we want players to have fun. Having fun means playing responsibly. That means within your means and only for entertainment. Winning doesn't always happen, and when it doesn't, we could lose more than just money. How much can you afford to lose? Make sure that when you play, you still protect your job, your home, and your family. March is Responsible Gambling Awareness Month. When you play to win, play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call the helpline, 1-800-GAMBLER.
For the longest time, it was hard for me to even get out of the house. It took me a bit to understand what was going on, but eventually I learned I had anxiety. Now I'm getting help for it.
Mental health care is working. See what it can do for you at mentalhealthcareworks.org.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. Family, I can't tell you just how much I'm just happy to be back. Now, listen, I did share with you that I was happy to be away. I'm always happy to get to visit elsewhere. But when I tell you there's nothing like home, there is nothing. There is nothing. There is no place like home. And you all are home to me. If I haven't shared that, you know you are. I'm telling you that now. I just want to go to our socials because I see you checking in. Brother Nasir is checking in. Hi there. He's sending peace and blessings to everyone. And you know we receive them and send them right back. And thank you for the welcome home love. It is truly received and appreciated. Brother Malcolm is watching and listening from West Mount Airy. Yes, he is. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tia Shanae. Hi, boo. Our beloved. She shares hello. Hey to you too, Mama. Shirley Bryant is joining us and she sends a hello family to everybody. And we receive that as well. Our beloved Miss Audrey. Thank you so much for the welcome back. And I shared photos and videos while I was gone. And she said she enjoyed them. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's sending blessings to everybody. And I'm so happy to see that. We send them back as well. Hi, Miss Viola. Thank you. Family, I so appreciate you for the welcome back love. Miss Viola is joining us. So happy to have you. Smitty is here as well, and he's wishing everybody a blessed and safe night. Henry is joining us. Henry Purefoy, that is joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That warms my heart that you are proud of me. Thank you. That really does warm my heart. That's a hug to my heart. A Walt reader shares that he had word withdrawal. Thank you, Walt, for joining us. Eric is sharing that, oh, you know what? The withdrawal was tough. You know what? That, I'm telling y'all, it's such a hug to my heart. It really is. It really is. Y'all are my love bugs. You know that you are. You are. And Blaine, my cousin. Hey, cuz. He shares, welcome back. Thank you, cuz. Thank you. Ms. Rosalind shares that she is giving everybody our flowers while we are here to still smell them. She shares, good evening, everybody. Our beloved Ms. Lily is joining us as well. And Ms. Lily, I had a ball in the UK. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Harry Wims is joining us. I missed y'all too. I really did. Y'all know how much. Well, you don't. You don't know how much I missed you, but I missed y'all so much, so much. And my Aunt Mildred. Hi, Aunt Mildred. She's joining us tonight. Thank you, Aunt Mildred. Oh, she's making me blush. My Aunt Mildred said I look beautiful. Thank you for that, because y'all know I'm tired. I'm tired. But guess what? I'm just so happy and grateful to be here. You know, like I keep saying, I know that I'm blessed. I'm so grateful that I'm able to live as I do. But you know, there's nothing, no place like home. There's nothing like coming home. You know, leaving home is fun and it's great and it's wonderful, but getting to come back to your sanctuary, you all are my home, you all are my love bugs, and I just love spending time with you. I love you. I tell you that all the time. So, because we don't have a lot of time left, I'm going to move on to our next guest. One of our beloveds has returned, another one of our love bugs. Yes, Jude Husein, our beloved, who was born in Jerusalem and is a lifelong resident, that is, of North Philadelphia, passionately advocates for all communities, specifically underserved communities, immigrants, and Black and Brown populations. She currently serves as the director of state advocacy for the Pennsylvania State Senate as the only Arab staffer in the General Assembly. And she is here today to share with us, spend some time with us. So, family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than our beloved Jude Husein. Hi there, Jude.
Hi, Carol.
How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me on and welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's always a pleasure when you visit. Always.
Mm-hmm. Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a ball. Well, I love the UK. Let me just, because I know people ask, well, do you like it? Do you like it over there? I love it. I love traveling abroad. I really do. I just really like the differences. I appreciate the differences so much. And I like learning. So there's always something new for me to learn.
I love that for you. Well, they can't have you, okay? You got to say, you can visit. We'll let you visit, but you can't go away forever.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. Jude said, okay, with all that happiness, you're back home and you just better be happy to be home. I am. I really am. Good. So, Jude, I know we don't have a lot of time with you tonight. And I did not realize we were going to have such a short visit with you. But like I said, I'm grateful when you do get to come to visit with us. But please fill us and tell us what you've been up to and what's going on in our fair city these days.
So in the General Assembly, we are ramping back. We're ramping back up session season. And so right now we came back from budget hearings. And so a whole bunch of stuff happened there. And so we're preparing really what's going to be in the budget for 2024, right? And so on the state level, what are we going to include? What's going to happen with the education formula for K to 12? As we know that the court ruled that it was unconstitutional. The formula, we also have raise the wage. Raise the wage is super huge. And Carol, you and I discussed that a little bit before. We're still at $7.25 and the tipped wage is still at $2.83. And so we're really hoping to raise that wage and a variety of other things. And then Save the Train. We're trying to get SEPTA fully funded, and we're trying to really try to save the train and save, SEPTA from completely falling apart, because we know that in the Southeast region, we bring a lot of dollars to keep Harrisburg running. Really, we bolster up the Commonwealth here in the Southeast region, Philadelphia, Bucks, this strip.
You know what? I'm thank you for that. First of all, thank you. But and please forgive my ignorance, because I'm not familiar. I'm unaware with the reason why does SEPTA have such huge budgeting issues? Why are we?
So there's a variety of different things, right? Like because of the ridership decreasing, right? We're looking at a post-pandemic era where, not a lot of people may be riding the SEPTA line, specifically the Chestnut Hill line. And so we're looking at some of that. So specifically in the Northwest, right, we have that Chestnut Hill line that is at risk of being cut off in SEPTA among a few other lines across the SEPTA rail station. And so we're really trying to fight for this. And we know that our people rely to go to work, to use SEPTA for a variety of different reasons. Our young people commuting in and out of the city, young professionals, and although ridership has decreased a bit, we still need these lines for constituents and neighbors across the city and essentially the Commonwealth. I mean, we look at Amtrak too. We need those lines.
Okay. Does that include the suburban lines as well? Is that would be the Chestnut Hill suburban lines? Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
And so you have a coalition that has been formed called Save the Train. So keep Chestnut Hill West running, because that is the line that is super at risk. So 68 organizations have banded together in the past few months to really advocate for the Chestnut Hill West line. And so in Harrisburg today, we've seen them all come down to Harrisburg and have a variety of different meetings with different lawmakers, really fighting to keep this Chestnut Hill West line open, but more importantly, the funds to keep it open and to really keep SEPTA afloat right now. And so we're looking at a really strong advocacy coalition, which is absolutely amazing. 68 organizations coming together and banding. You had young people in Harrisburg, actually as young as 8 and 9 years old, saying, keep the Chestnut Hill line west open. We care about SEPTA. We're going to make sure we use it. We're going to make sure we advocate for public transit. And so we know that if one thing is at risk, essentially it's on a cliff to really put a few other things at risk. And so you take away a few lines now, and what does public transit look like? And looking ahead to 2026, especially hosting FIFA and a variety of the 250th anniversary events, we really need to be the best city. And so if any time is the time, now is the time to really keep us together.
So you mentioned to us about the budget for education as well. I know there have been some challenges in the past from I don't know a lot about it, but in just reading things in the past, skimming, I should say, information in the past. Why is it always so challenging to identify or determine a budget for our education system?
This is a really there is no one answer to this, but I can give a little bit of what I think is a reason. And so across the Commonwealth, school districts look different completely based on who they serve, right?
Sure.
And we're looking at, the school district of Philadelphia, who serves thousands and thousands and thousands of young people in an urban setting, right? From a variety of different backgrounds. And then if you take a look at all the way up to Clarion County, right? That looks completely different what education looks like. And so for lawmakers to come together and really discuss and negotiate a formula that works across the board is really tough, right? And so when we look at the education formula, should we be paying per student? Should we be paying per 10 students? Or how many schools there are? The school district has hundreds of schools, right? Versus maybe a smaller county has 20. And so why would a lawmaker that comes from more of a smaller county that doesn't have necessarily the challenges that Philadelphia has be inclined to give per student if they only have X amount of students? That means they're losing out on some monies. And so allocation is a really tricky thing, but that is one piece of the puzzle. We also have kind of how we've broken down our school district is another piece of the puzzle. But when you represent a certain county, you don't know or can even imagine what another county is going through, because that's really not the demographic that, you were surrounded by or raised by or experienced.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Mhm.
I've often wondered, I see it's an ongoing conversation. It's constant.
Mhm.
And it never seems to be a pleasant one.
No.
So I was curious to know, okay, why? I do want to share. Eric is saying, "Hello, Jude. I'm so glad to see that you are back with us, sharing your incredible work and experiences. Thank you very much." And Malcolm puts in all caps, so I imagine he is screaming this: "Please, we have to keep our trains running.
Save the train."
Save the train, I had no idea there was such a big campaign. I had
Mhm.
no idea. So thank you for educating me on that. See, that's why we're in this space. That's exactly why. Family, listen, it's time for us to take just a short commercial break, but know that the phone lines are open and feel free to continue to comment on our socials. I'll do my best, I promise, to read your comments aloud. Whatever you do, though, stay with us because we are coming right back.
We gathered real Pennsylvania seniors and asked them how they would benefit from an extra $1,000. Here's what they had to say.
Everything is so expensive these days.
Car expenses, repairs,
My groceries, heating costs.
medications. Sure, I could easily spend $1,000 like that.
Through Pennsylvania's property tax rent rebate program, eligible seniors and adults with disabilities could receive up to $1,000. Check your eligibility and apply online. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
March is Women's History Month, and Word Radio celebrates Black women in education. Ruth J. Simmons is a highly accomplished educator who holds a PhD in Romance Languages and Literature from Harvard University. She served in various faculty and administrative positions at prestigious universities before securing a position as president of Smith College, president and professor of Comparative Literature and Africana Studies at Brown, and most recently, president of Prairie View A&M. Ms. Simmons is the recipient of many awards, including the 2001 President's Award from the United Negro College Fund, the 2002 Fulbright Lifetime Achievement Medal, the 2004 Eleanor Roosevelt Val Kill Medal, the Foreign Policy Association Medal, and the Centennial Medal from Harvard University. Ruth Simmons is the definition of Black excellence, and WURD salutes you. This Women's History Month vignette was brought to you by Comcast, Keystone First, Bank of America, and the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hi there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Jude Husein, our beloved, and she is here just bringing us up to date with things that are taking place and that are going on. Eric, I want you to know I saw your comment clowning me. Eric said I sound like Dorothy from The Wiz, talking about there's no place like home.
Oh, no.
Well, let me tell you something. I can identify with Dorothy, okay? Because, like I said, I had a ball, but I was ready to come back. I was ready, okay? So, Jude, you were sharing with us about what is taking place, giving us some updates on legislature. You talked about Save the Train, the Save the Train campaign. You shared with us about education. Are there things that we can do, like to I don't know, that would be helpful?
Yeah.
If you will. What can we do?
Absolutely. So legislators only know how much their neighbors and constituents share with them. And so just by calling and writing about your experiences in the education system and what you think should be a part of, the system, whether it's our young people deserve to be in clean spaces, and they deserve textbooks that are not falling apart, and they deserve, to play sports and not have to travel 30 miles to play on a turf field. I mean, these are things that legislators really need to hear, even if they're personal experiences. And so we don't know what we don't know. And how could they have all of these experiences? And so I think people think that sharing experiences won't work, but in all actuality, that's how people make informed decisions, is by hearing others out, especially as it relates to raise the wage. And I'll throw in a plug, right? If you are an individual that went to one of the state schools, college schools, really read the Enough Report, which is Carol, we discussed this the last time. I was on a tour for all of the state schools to hear Black and Brown students and their experiences in racial discrimination and harassment, what they experience in and out of the classroom, being called, a variety of different names, saying they won't succeed. And so really calling your legislator and talking about those experiences too, to protect Black and Brown students on these state schools as well, and raise the wage. Like, y'all, no one should be making $7.25. We have over 300,000 Pennsylvanians that make less than $10 an hour, and that should be absolutely unacceptable for everyone. We're in last place. We're literally in the surrounding states. We are in last place. And so if there's anything that you could do, is really call, write, and visit these legislators and let them know that, we care and we're watching, and really have them advocate when they're in Harrisburg and across the Commonwealth for these things.
It's always surprising to me. So I know that speaking out does help. But that fact that you just shared is surprising to me, that it would be necessary for us to even say anything about it when the cost of living has increased exponentially. It's amazing. It's insulting, quite honestly. It's insulting because
I think sometimes we take for granted that we're like in an urban city, and we forget that like there is a little bit more happening outside of the bubble too. And so no, I completely feel that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Malcolm shares there are signs all over the neighborhood. What kinds of signs, Malcolm? You have to listen. You have to tell me, because I won't know. So
Save the train.
Is that what it is there? Oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay. So Eric shares those are some very important and valid points, Jude. It shows that you've definitely thought things out. And Miss Rosalind, our beloved, shares, especially when New York is getting $15 an hour. Oh, yeah. It just, it just hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I'm going to go to our phone lines. We have some family members waiting to join us. I'm going to go to line 1. Hello, and thank you for calling, and thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, you got me, Sister Love?
I sure do. How are you?
Hey, welcome back, Sister Love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sister Jude, I admire her knowledge and her courage. I just wish I had some of it. I want to ask Sister Jude. I want to ask her, why do she think Jim Crow Joe went overboard with his support for war criminal Benjamin No to You Too in election year? Now, it appears to me that the great white father is taking the gloves off. Not only did Jim Crow Joe go to visit this war criminal, he sent warships off the coast. So I just want to know, why would he do that in an election year? What is it saying? Now, one more question. I hope you can keep up with them. How many buses or cattle trucks does it take to move 240 hostages in the middle of the night without the Israelis knowing nothing? That is impossible.
Brother X, you're asking, well, first of all, let me first address this, because you're asking some pretty loaded questions in this. We have about 4 minutes before we have to switch to another topic. So that's a whole episode. That's definitely, and I don't want to, I'm not saying this in any way to discount anything that you're saying or that you're asking. But I also want to just make you aware we don't have a lot of time. But Jude, I know that you're able to answer these questions, so I'm not in any way trying to take away from you either. But I do want to make it clear.
No, absolutely. I'll be quick. I know we're really short on time tonight, but Brother X, thank you so much for calling and speaking to me and asking these questions. And I wish we had 40 million minutes to really answer this. But what I have to tell you is that what we can do is show up, and what we can do is show out. And we have to, if we disagree with something, and the majority is supposed to rule. Majority opinion is really, really important. And so we have to make sure that the people that are not only elected, but that are selected also understand that, right? And so that's really important to know. And I think it just goes to say that when we become an active in advocacy because we think that we're on a good path or nothing is happening, that's when everyone starts becoming complacent. And that's when people that hold positions of power in this sector are able to take kind of a backseat. And what we have to do is we always have to be on the lookout for different things and reading up on different things, and also just sharing humanity with one another. And so to answer your question, I don't know how much it would take, but what I do know is that humanity does prevail, and that we should all really strive for the ultimate peace, right? We want everyone to live and breathe in a peaceful manner. And so I say all that to say is that we just have to keep advocating for humanity and across the board, regardless of what you look like and where you come from and what tongue you speak and what faith you believe in. And so we have to hold people accountable, and you can do that in a variety of ways. You can call them, you can vote for them, you can, advocate. I mean, look at Save the Train, 68 organizations in like overnight, right? And granted, that doesn't even come close to what you're speaking of, Brother X, but these are moments in history where we see when we organize and we are strategic and we love up on one another, we save lives.
We do. That is, Jude, I could not have said that better. Thank you for that. Thank you. And Brother X, thank you so much for your patience, because I overstand. And like I said, that's a whole episode, that I would like to dig deep into, talking about. But Jude is coming back. She is coming back because we always have so much to talk about. I'm going to go to our next line. Another one of our family members is waiting to join the conversation. Hello, and thank you for calling.
This is Rick calling you long distance from Germany, sis.
Hi, Rick. It's good to talk with you.
It's good to be alive one more day. And hello to your lovely guest, Miss Jude.
Hi, Rick.
Is it Husein?
Yes, you got it.
Okay. I was, as a student, I was bused from one part of Southeast Washington to Georgetown in D.C. And I learned a lot about the bus system, the subway system, and I hope it gets better for people there in Philadelphia, poor people especially who ride public transportation.
Yeah.
Second, I want to say quickly to Brother X, Joe Biden, I believe, is a Zionist. I believe he's a warmonger, and I believe he's complicit in the genocide taking place in Gaza. But I also believe Donald Trump would be the nightmare scenario for the world, not just for America. I believe Joe Biden has limits. I believe he wants white people to survive, and he does not want World War III. So he has limits to which he will go to promote America and settler colonialism in Israel. Having said that, I would say thirdly to you, Sister Riddick, I'm glad you came home safely from your travels.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Rick. Thank you. Thank you for your comments as well. Family, we have so much to talk about. So much to address. And I know there's never enough time to do so. But Jude, I'm always grateful for your visits. I'm always grateful for the information that you share with us and for the education as well, because you always educate me. And we look forward to your return. I hope that you will come back sooner as opposed to later and spend some more time with us. I hope we'll be able to talk with you a little more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Carol. And I love the family, and I'll be back pretty soon. You guys can't get rid of me.
Then we're not trying. We are not trying. Family. That was Jude Husein, who just stopped by to share some information with us and give us a short update. It's time for us to take just another short commercial break, but know that the phone lines are always open. You know I love talking with you. And feel free to continue to comment on our socials. We're going to take a short commercial break, but we're coming back with another guest in the next hour. So stay with us because we will be right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed on Love and Life.
Dr. Z, what if your friend needs some money and your partner says no? No, hello.
Well, you cannot prioritize your friend over your relationship. The idea is relationship first. So I think that is a conversation that needs to be had. Money is a whole nother ball game. But if my partner says no and it's our money combined, I have to honor that.
What if it's not your money combined? What if you're dating and you're serious about this person?
If it's my money individually and there is not one pot, then realistically, you can really
felt your energy.
I don't know if you can really tell me what to do with my money. However, I do feel like I need to take what you say into consideration.
Right.
I don't want you to feel like I'm not listening to you.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds from Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Meet Amanda. She loves to start her day by heading to her favorite coffee shop.
Morning, Amanda. Black coffee, no sugar.
Then, she usually takes the long way to share a little treat with Coco, Mrs. Lopez's little terrier. And when Amanda arrives to open the Keystone First Wellness and Opportunity Center, Mr. Freeman is always there.
You always on time, Amanda.
Always on time, Mr. Freeman.
Amanda has been a community health educator at Keystone First for over 15 years. She knows this community as well as the community knows her. As a local health plan, we don't only take care of members. For over 35 years, we have known them as neighbors, friends, and family. As Southeastern Pennsylvania's largest medical assistance managed care health plan, our roots run deep. Visit KeystoneFirstPA.com to learn how we can help you get care and stay well.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is Ashanti Martin, General Manager of Word Radio, and I'm here to share some important information for 2024 voters. Pennsylvania's primary election takes place April 23rd. In primary elections, members of a political party choose who they want to run for office during the November general election. You must be registered to a specific party in order to vote in the Pennsylvania primary election. This year's primary features competitive state-level races, including the Attorney General. So while all eyes and ears are on November, it's important for you to make your voice heard this April as well. Now is the time to check your voter and party registration status. The last day to register to be eligible to vote in the primary is April 8th. For information on how to do this, go to wordradio.com/2024-VOTE. This is your word on democracy. Your vote matters. Our democracy matters.
This vignette was brought to you by AARP. We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. Oh, look at that. What is going on here? My little camera's messed up. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Welcome to the top of the second hour that is of Love and Life. So to recap the first hour, we had a visit with two of our beloveds, Stephanie Renee, who shared with us about Make Music Day. And then we had Jude Husein, who shared with us an update on some city legislature. I was sharing with you that we do have a guest in this next hour, but there's some other things that I need to share with you before we go further. I want you to know that we have a ticket giveaway. Yes, we do. We are giving away one pair of tickets. University of Pennsylvania's Penn Live Arts presents Renee Harris's Pure Movement American Street Dance Theater on Saturday, March 23rd at 8 p.m. at the Annenberg Center's Zellerbach Theater, located at 3680 Walnut Street. That's right. The most brilliant hip-hop choreographer in America, according to The New Yorker, Renee Harris returns with a 30th anniversary retrospective of works that helped catapult his company to the world stage. In Students of the Asphalt Jungle, March of the Ant-Man, and P-Funk, Harris explores gun violence, gangs, and other themes as relevant today as when they were first premiered. If this experience sounds amazing to you, we are giving away a pair of tickets to the third caller to dial 215-634-8065. That's right, family. That's right. 215-634-8065 to the third caller. You should know that you cannot win a prize if you won a prize from us. Well, you cannot win the tickets if you won a prize from us within the past 30 days. That's Renee Harris's Pure Movement American Street Dance Theater on Saturday, March 23rd at 8 p.m., presented by University of Pennsylvania's Penn Live Arts. I want to remind you, I'm going to leave the number visible for anyone who wants to dial, anyone who wants to call. Okay, how about I do that? We'll do that. But I want to share something else with you, and that's Level Up. It's about Level Up. Family, Level Up is back for 2024, celebrating Women's History Month in partnership with WVON Chicago and KJLH Los Angeles, highlighting Black women-owned businesses who are making a difference in their communities. That's right. You can nominate your business or one of your favorite Black woman-owned businesses for a chance to become one of 5 finalists who will be featured in a special in-person, live, on-air Shark Tank style pitch party on Tuesday, April 2nd at the Fiddler Club. The winner will be selected by a panel of corporate sector judges and will receive a grand prize valued at $5,000. The deadline for submissions is Friday, March 22nd. Simply visit wordradio.com/level up to nominate the best of the best in Black women-owned business. Level Up 2024 is sponsored by Comcast, Pennsylvania Lottery, Keystone First, and Bank of America. Family, you know I've got some more information for you. That's right. In honor of Women's History Month, you heard this, but I'm going to tell you again. During the month of March, we want you to show off just how phenomenal you truly are with Word's latest Phenomenal Women swag. This is also a perfect gift for that special woman in your life. Yes, it is. Our latest swag features a tote bag, notebook, and a long sleeved t-shirt. Get one or get them all. Okay, get all three of them. And guess what? If you are a 4-word member, then you can get these brand new items with a 25% off code. That's right, 25% off for our 4-word members. So join or renew now to get the discount code via email. Remember, membership does have its privileges, family. Simply go to wordradio.com/WHM to start shopping right now. Family, that's wordradio.com/WHM. I do want to share, that we do have a winner. Love it. I love it. I love it. Family, I love when you respond. I just do. I just do. Do we have our winner on the line, Nick, or do we have information that I can share?
We got him on the line.
Oh, let's talk with them. I want to talk with them. Hello, and thank you so much. You are the winner. You are the winner. You are the winner.
Yes. Good evening, Sister Carol. How are you?
Good evening. I am well. And what is your name? Congratulations.
Yes. James from Southwest.
Hi, James. Are you familiar with Renee Harris?
Yes. I love him.
Me too.
Last year. And unfortunately, a lot of people in this area don't know who he is. I bring his name up and they don't know who he is.
I don't know how. He's phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
I learned about him about almost 30 years ago from a coworker when I used to be at UPS. So she put me down with who he was, and I've been following him ever since.
Well, then I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you. Congratulations on being the winner of the tickets. You know you're going to have to call me back and let me know all about the show because I won't be able to make it. But you're going to have to call me back and let me know. Okay, James?
I sure enough will.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. And
I'm at work, actually.
You say you're at work? Oh.
Yes. Amazon. Yes.
Well, I love it. I love it. Give our love to everybody at Amazon. Because, well, first of all, I give enough love to Amazon, but you because I shop enough, but give our love.
This is the grocery side of Amazon Fresh.
Nice. Well, we're sending love from Love and Life to everybody at Amazon and to you, James, and we congratulate you on your tickets, and we look forward to hearing about your experience and the show.
Welcome back, and have a blessed night.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you. Family, you're tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. I did share with you that we have another phenomenal human being that I want to introduce you to. But before we do that, I want to say something to you. You know, Brother X called and Rick called and shared some very, very, very important opinions. And it's a conversation that we definitely will have. We definitely do need to have. I probably shouldn't even touch the iceberg of it now, but I feel compelled to do so because of everything that's in the news, everything that's going on in the world, and where we're headed, you know, as far as politics are concerned. I know you see the headlines. I know you see what's going on. I know you're reading just like I am, and you're watching in real time just like I am. And you know, I do not like to say this individual's name, but in order for you to understand what I'm about to say, this headline reads: Trump, while addressing the auto industry, says that there will be a bloodbath if he loses the 2024 election. So when we talk about showing up and showing out, when we talk about making change, when we talk about, you know, making our voice heard, we need to vote. We need to vote. We need to vote. we need to vote. I can't say it enough. I can't stress it enough. We need to vote. We need to vote. We need to vote. How about that? Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. And I'm going to shift the energy. We need a change in the atmosphere. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, what I'm going to do is introduce you to our guest in this next hour. Our beloved, she's a new family member. Her name is Lois DeLoatch. She's a songwriter and a vocalist known for her powerful contralto voice and distinctive blend of jazz, soul, blues, folk, and spirituals. I just love it. I cannot wait to have this conversation. And family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than the one and only Lois DeLoatch. Hi, beautiful.
My goodness, I'm thrilled to be here with you. Let's just say that the way you say my name is a song that I love. You're talking about a sultry voice, Miss Riddick. I've followed you for some time, and it's just such a joy. It is a joy.
Oh my goodness.
And thank you for saying new family member, but I feel like I'm sort of an old family member. I used to spend summers in Philadelphia. My aunt and uncle, both are gone. They're ancestors now, owned the deli at 1913 West Lehigh Avenue. And I would come up in the summers and from my little rural town and help them work in the deli, and still have a number of really good friends in Philadelphia. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, see that? Your family. You are family, Lois. Welcome. We welcome you here in this space. We are happy to have you here, and great to have you join us and share with us about what's going on with you. I do want to share, some of our family members are checking in on our socials, and I want to share. Alfred, hi there, Alfred Evans. That is, thank you for the love, and he's sharing greetings with the whole family. Joey Dixon is joining us, and he's sharing one love with everybody. And Alfred follows up by saying congratulations to James, our winner for this evening. Alfred also shares voting turnout is important. It is so important. And Lana Garland.
Lana. Oh,
she
Lana,
shares. Well, she loves you.
Well, you know what? We love her too. And nobody loves Philly more than Lana Garland and Holly Lewis, my two good friends here in Durham, but they're Philly girls. And speaking of dance, of course, we are home to, in Durham, North Carolina, the American Dance Festival. And Renee Harris was here last year with Pure Movement and did Nothing But a Word, and fantastic.
Magical.
Yes.
No, really magical. And it surprised me when James said, there are, well, I know that to be true. There are a lot of people who are unfamiliar. I don't know how, but you know what? We love them. We have enough love. We have enough love. We do. But we do want more people to know, because the movement and all of his works, all of his bodies of work, they're majestic. They really are.
They are. Really. And that's the thing about art. Art is expression, but I feel music, dance, in order to fully feel it, you really do have to experience it. Nothing's better than experiencing it in a live setting.
I agree with you.
Before we go on, Carol, if you just allow me, I was so grateful to have heard the caller, and then the updates that you did. You're absolutely right. We have to get out. We have to vote. And as we began to talk about this recording, it was part of it. It was inspired by the passing of my father, who passed away in December 2022 at the age of 98. So we say that Daddy finished life. And he was one of those, and I'm from this, again, rural area where we never missed. You got registered to vote on your 18th birthday. And there was absolutely never an excuse for not voting. And we know that they're not always the choices we would prefer, but we cannot check out. We cannot ignore our responsibility, because our people have fought too hard, too long, have died. Things may not be the way we want them to be, but in the absence of our involvement, it could get a whole lot worse.
Mhm.
So, do your homework, do your research, and follow your heart and your head, but get out there and vote.
I could not have said that better. Thank you so much, Lois, for sharing that. Like I said, I know we're all watching everything happen in real time. We're watching, but now it's time for us to do more than just watch. And I'm saying that to myself as well as to everybody else. I do vote, but it feels like there's going to be something else that we're going to have to do. To make our voices heard and to make what we want known. And it just, these are troubling times.
They are
It's just
troubling times.
troubling times.
However, the elders, which I am now an elder, and I fully embrace it, Carol. Again, with the passing of my father, he was one of 10. My mom was one of 10. Now that they're all gone, the in-laws are all gone. My siblings and I, we are now the elders. And, we're in a place, and if you have any type of platform, whether that's in your neighborhood, with your family, you really do have to remind people that, yes, things are not great. We still have these battles we thought we had won. However, there is definitely, it's worth it. We are in some ways in a much better position than we've been in previous years. For example, when folks talk about the good old days, these are the good old days, folks. What were the good old days? Was it slavery? Was it Jim Crow? No, far from perfect, but we have to seize this moment. And I firmly believe that what we focus on grows. So focus on what you can do. Don't focus on the fear. We know more than we used to. One of the tunes on the recording, Friendly Fire, was written for my two brothers who both died young as a result of exposure to Agent Orange in Vietnam. And when we think about how tumultuous the times are right now, think about the 70s, right?
Right.
Wasn't pretty then. For one step forward, two steps backwards, but we got to hang in there and do the work.
Lois, thank you for that. Thank you. Sometimes I can't see the forest for the trees. So thank you for that, because it was uplifting, and it just gave me just that extra bit of hope. So thank you, and that positivity that I needed. That was the sunlight. So thank you for the sunlight. Thank you.
You're welcome. I am eternally, and that's one of the lines at the end of Souls Remember, which again, we're written for the ancestors and to honor all of our ancestors. I have enduring hope, enduring faith, and I have enduring love. Does it mean that I'm not discouraged? Yes, I am. But we really do have to use what we have in this moment and stay focused on what it is we can do. And, that old saying in the church, don't let the devil steal your joy. Every day, any given moment, you're going to have some success, and then you're going to have some challenge. So let's stay focused. And finally, Carol, in my other career in higher education, I worked on college campuses for 25 years. Nothing warmed my heart more than to step foot on those campuses, to see those young people who are bringing it every day. And it doesn't even have to be the college campuses. I do a lot of work now here in community as well. And so for every one of the negative things that are happening, there's so many positive things happening. So to the degree that we can maintain some balance, I just encourage us to do that.
Again, thank you for being the shining light. Thank you for being that beacon. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I want to share that CT Powell is checking in and shares, hi, Lois. Hey there, Lois.
Hey, CT, that's my cut buddy, as we call him in the country.
I haven't heard that in so long. My cut buddy.
Yeah, in Durham, North Carolina. And that's, I was asking another interview earlier this week, Carol, about inspiration and things like that. I am inspired every day. For example, yesterday, CT and I happened to be in a book club together, and we just finished, and I would encourage everybody out there to get this book. It's called Black Folks, The Roots of the Working Class, and it's by Blair L.M. Kelly. And it traces sort of the history, and it honors working class African Americans and the contributions we have made, to America. So again, that whole fullness of seeing our beauty, seeing our joy, seeing our pain, and seeing our contributions. And that ties very much into what I'm trying to do with my music.
I want to talk about your music. Before we do that, I want to share Diana Montague is joining us and is sharing peace and love. Eric is sharing hello and welcome. Welcome to the Word family. Listen, when you sing Good Morning Heartache, OMG. Billie Holiday would be proud. Thank you so much for sharing your gift. Ms. Rosalind is sharing good evening, Sister Diana Montague. I pray all is well with you and your families, and good evening to you as well. You can't see that right there. Good evening to you as well, Sister DeLoatch. Lana shares amen to doing the work. Lana Garland Fitness, she shares amen to doing the work. And Alfred Evans shares the movement must persevere. Must. Ms. Rosalind follows that by saying, yes, thank you immensely. She's a great grandmother, last of 7, and she makes sure that her family and friends are voting. And you know, I must say, I so appreciate your positivity. I so appreciate your spirit, and I appreciate, you know, what you're sharing tonight. It's definitely necessary, but I needed it in this moment. So I am thanking you personally, as well as for our family, but personally. We're going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about your music. We're going to talk about the music of Lois DeLoatch. So family, like I said, just a short commercial break, okay? So stay with us because we are coming right back.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4Word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
We gathered real Pennsylvania seniors and asked them how they would benefit from an extra $1,000. Here's what they had to say.
Everything is so expensive these days.
Car expenses, repairs.
My groceries, heating costs.
Medications. Sure, I could easily spend $1,000 like that.
Through Pennsylvania's property tax rent rebate program, eligible seniors and adults with disabilities could receive up to $1,000. Check your eligibility and apply online. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
We see the urgent threat of climate change every day. Tornadoes in Texas, droughts in Europe, typhoons in the Philippines. But what don't we see? How the climate crisis hits vulnerable people the hardest, women and girls. That's why CARE helps the world's most marginalized people build resiliency and fight for a more just and sustainable world. You can help. Learn more at care.org/climate.
Stay connected on the go with the new and improved Word Radio app. Search Word Radio in your app store. Stream every show with increased clarity. Easily access Word TV, EcoWord, and Livelihood. Start or renew your 4Word membership and buy Word swag. Remember, Black Media Matters. Get the new and improved Word Radio app today. Available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned into Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with the one and only Lois DeLoatch, and she's been sharing with us in the short time that she's been with us thus far. We've been talking about life, quite honestly, but I was sharing before the commercial break that when we came back, we were going to talk about her. We are going to talk about her project. We're going to talk about some other things. I did see a question that I want to address. I want to share that Nina, hi, boo, is joining us, and she's sharing love for you and for the family. Cheryl Mobley Stimson thanks you for the uplift and the reminder that life is full of ebbs and flows. We cannot give up, and we must vote. She's definitely going to get that book, and she asks if you could repeat the title and the author again, please.
It's Black Folks, The Roots of Working Class. Just a second.
Okay.
Black Folks, The Roots of Black Working Class. Blair L.M. Kelly, Kelley.
EY. Okay. Family, I hope you did see that because I saw another family member ask as well. So Black Folks, Blair L.M. Kelly, Kelley.
Yes. And just really quickly, Carol, when Lana called in, Lana is just a very talented filmmaker as well. And when we, Lana Garland from Philadelphia, and when we talk about voices that need to be heard, images that need to be seen, you know, big shout out to filmmakers like Lana and Natalie Bullitt Brown and so many other filmmakers who are bringing our stories to life in film, in this, you know, in a multimedia way. You know, I do it through music, others do it through their mediums and their creative mediums.
Absolutely. Well, listen, as I say, because our gifts, we don't ask for them, we don't go buy them. Our gifts, that's our ministry.
Right.
That's our ministry.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I overstand that, especially as it pertains to creativity. That's definitely how we minister to one another. Alfred shares, thank you for your words of inspiration. And I want to take a moment to go to our phone lines before we talk about your project, Love Always. Family, thank you for calling and thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us as well.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies. I mean, good evening, my fault.
And good evening. Well, it might be afternoon where you are, and that's all right.
Just sending it out there. As far as Mrs. Montega, when she used the phrase "cut buddy."
Oh, Miss DeLoatch, when she said "cut buddies," right? I know.
I haven't heard that in years.
That's what I said. I hadn't heard that in decades.
I'm just getting home from work. I called earlier. I was on a job.
Okay.
Let's keep the full force running. As far as the Thundercats out there, the young scholars, the scholars period, we as the people stay focused. Stay focused and keep it moving. And then, take over.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Orders to some people, you know, out there. But I mean it from the heart. When I say I love y'all, I mean it.
We can feel that. We can. And we're grateful for it.
Okay, y'all have a good evening, okay?
You too. You as well. You as well. Okay, family, listen. We've been talking about everything, and I do not want this conversation to end without talking about one important thing. Okay, one other important thing. Please talk with us about your new project titled Love Always.
Well, Carol, it's a good segue from the caller, and thank you, the last gentleman who called. Love Always, it's about expressing who we are. It's sort of memoir in a way for me. It's about heritage and culture and family. The project began actually before the pandemic, but a number of the songs were written during the pandemic. And the best way to describe the project is to talk individually about some of the songs. The recording opens with a song called Occasional Brilliance. And the first line goes, "It's later than you think. We do so little with all we have and what we know." It's later than we think was a line from my Aunt May, who lived to 101. Again, part of that great migration from the South to the North. She went to New York to make a living. But she was one of those who would always say, look, keep your affairs in order. That was that line. It's later than you think, but it's just social commentary about what's happening now. There's a line in that song that goes, slowly we're sinking, not thinking, not caring, not sharing, no self-control. So it's about, it's social commentary. It's just an observation rather. Deeper and deeper we spiral and our survival is constantly fragile. So that's sort of that's one part of the truth, right? We could be more. We should be doing more than we are for each other and for our shared humanity. But then I move into Love Always, which is the title track, and it's more about agape love. It's easy to love people when you get along with them and when you all agree, right? Or you're of the same political persuasion. But when the test of real love, and I drew on a couple of certainly scriptures for that too, whether it's Corinthians and Matthew, love is patient and kind. Love isn't selfish. It doesn't keep account of wrongs. So it's reminding us too of that level of humanity and reminding us that that level of love is possible. Let's continue to aspire to that. I think for me, though, one of the pieces that I have talked most about is a tune called 40 First Cousins. I've mentioned a couple of times, I was raised in a very rural area in North Carolina, right on the Virginia line, right near Southampton County, Virginia. Growing up, I literally had 40 plus first cousins. We were close. We were tight. We looked out for each other. And so during the pandemic, one of those cousins was an early victim of COVID before there were vaccines. And that scenario where her daughter, dropped her off at the hospital, saw her on a video call, but never saw her alive in person again. And just dealing with that, that was my way of dealing with that grief, and expressing that grief in that moment. And that particular tune starts out with, we worked in the fields, we walked long country roads, we pumped water from the well, we gathered crops from the seeds we sowed. And that's true. That's my truth. That's how I was raised. So much of this recording is just capturing my experience, but I think it's a universal experience. And I also, with this, want to remind folks that your reality, your experience is important. Capture it, whether it's in a song or a poem. Pass it down and hand down those stories, so that the younger generation in particular will know who you are and where they came from.
I could not have said it better. We talk so often here in this space about our youth and how so much is lost on them because we don't share as much as we should. We don't share as much as we could because they just don't know. They just don't know. Oh my goodness. Eric shares. Did anybody else get goosebumps? Just such moving sentiments. Eric, look, there's so much love. We all have so much love for you and are so appreciative of your visit. I'm curious to know, because I'm listening to you talk and explain and share with us, who are some of your musical influences?
I think my earliest music influence is really, I was raised in a musical household and just a musical community and environment. My dad, until he could not stand, he rose up singing every morning. I mean, he would in the shower singing, usually gospel music or gospel songs. Again, being the seventh of 10, we had all kinds of music. So from early in life, I am in my 60s now. So I remember when we had actually just an AM radio when I was a little girl. So you listened to whatever was on the radio. If it was country on, you listened to Loretta Lynn and Hank Williams. If Ella Fitzgerald would pop up every now and then, you listened to the Four Tops. So we listened to music. And as I became a pre-teenager, music was my thing. So, when you were too old for this or too young for that, on Saturday nights or Friday nights, I would put a stack of albums on and listen to them. I had a brother who was really into rock, sisters who were all into soul. I actually have a Victrola in my home. So the neighbor across the street had thick 78s. So we played blues recordings and recordings. So my ears were just attuned to listening to all kinds of music. But my first influences really were in the community and in the church. My music is very much steeped in church music. And in my little rural high school, we could not afford music teachers or instruments. So we learned to sing. We sang. That's what we did. You had chorus, you would sing. So the choral director just took an interest in me and encouraged me to sing and entered me into a couple of contests and things like that. And then when I went on to college, off to college at UNC Chapel Hill, I sang with the BSM Gospel Choir, the Black Student Movement Gospel Choir. So all that to say, I think I have gleaned all kinds of influences from lots of different sources. When I think about voices, though, I would say, Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Mahalia Jackson. In the jazz vein, Nina Simone, Sarah Vaughan. I tend to listen to a lot of instrumental. John Coltrane's saxophone. That's what takes me away. So there are a lot of influences.
There's so many. Listen, every one that you just named is magical to me. So many magical influences. I will go ahead and say, you said you are the 7th of 10 children.
Yes.
Wow, what a beautiful thing. I just love that. Such a large family. Are your siblings musically inclined as well?
Thank you for asking that question. In fact, my siblings had a band. I was too young to sing with them. So this was during the time. So they had a soul rock band and they got gigs in the little rural area. And see, a lot of my friends growing up, they were church musicians, a lot were self-taught. But this was in the 70s, especially by the time I got to high school, bands were the thing. And so, there were a lot of bands around and my family had a band and they would do everything from, an Ohio Player song to, what was the song? Was it Diana Ross and the Supremes? I remember learning the bass line to Stone Love and, things like that. So, yes. So my siblings were very musically inclined. And as I said, my dad was in the male chorus and so, yeah, music was just it was just woven into our lives in just very natural and organic ways.
I love that. So you said you were learning the bass line. Do you play instruments or if so, how many?
So I muddle around with the bass and guitar and acoustic guitar. So this is the thing. And I am a lifelong learner and I'm sure that many of your listeners are too. Never stop learning, never stop learning. So in fact, I just signed up to take some piano classes. I play, in fact, most of my writing, I start with chord arrangements on the piano. And typically I am writing the music before I write the lyrics. Occasionally the lyrics will come first. So I play piano. So I am aspiring to, and you guys have to keep me honest now, I'm aspiring to learn at least 3 or 4 songs that I feel comfortable performing publicly because I'm not quite there yet.
I love that. I love that. So what is your process or do you have one when you're creating or writing?
Not a set process. I really feel that I have been so blessed and fortunate that if I were a little kid now, I'm sure they would label me attention deficit. I'm very serious.
No. You are not alone. That's what I can relate.
Yeah. So I've always been the kind of person who would scribble down notes or scribble. I had a little journal, and some songs I'm developing now the seeds were, they started as seeds 30, 40 years ago. So my process really is that if something comes to mind, I'll put it on a voice recorder or I'll sit at the piano and I'll pluck out 2 or 3 chords. And it's a funny thing, Carol, I went back and looked at some things the other week and thought, what in the world was I thinking?
I have done that. I have done, and wait, to the point where I thought, was that knowing full and well that I did.
Right.
I have done that.
Done that. So I was just going to say though, but for me, and that's the hard part for me because I really am working on multiple projects at once. And this Love Always is one of a 2-part recorded album, quote unquote, but I hesitated to do too much at once.
Okay.
And I just felt like I needed to stop where I was and get that into the world wherever it might land first, and then go back to the other.
Understood. I asked you that specific question because people oftentimes ask me that.
Mhm.
And we're used to just doing what we do, and I never thought of what I do or how I do anything as being a process.
Yeah.
But when asked the question, when I was asked the first time, it made me think about how I go about creating, and I didn't even realize that I may not do it the same way every time, but I have different ways of doing it, and those ways are the same when I do it that way.
Exactly, because for me it also relates to one of the songs on the recording called Where We Find Ourselves. It's a double meaning. So meditation is central to my life.
Oh my goodness.
And stepping away, having some quiet time. And somebody was asking me about it, and it dawned on me that in some ways I've been meditating all my life, because my mom would say to us when we were getting on her nerves, and she would go somewhere and be still, right?
Oh, my mother would say that too.
No, yeah. She goes somewhere and be still. Go somewhere and be still. And we, even in a big environment, particularly being in a rural environment, there was always some place in nature you could be quiet, or a place in the house you could be quiet. So part of my process really is finding the time, or demanding of myself time to step away, because rarely has been the case. Even when I've had lyrics sort of come in a flow, I have to step away from them for a while, then come back to it. It's rare for me to write a whole song or try to force myself to do that in one sitting.
Yeah, I can't force. If it happens, typically when I'm not going to talk about my process. We're not talking about me. We're talking about you. No. Family, it's time for us to take a short commercial break. But stay with us because we are coming right back.
85 years ago, Independence Blue Cross was founded to provide peace of mind when accessing health care. Our first members were employees of Independence Hall. We started where our country started. I'm Greg Devins, CEO of Independence, thanking you for making us the leading health insurer in the region and the only health plan you need to know. Our promise for the last 85 years and the next 85 is to deliver the quality healthcare coverage you and your families deserve.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post-9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Tune in to Eagle Word Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 10 a.m. for the PA Lottery Eagle Word Fact of the Month. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day. The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. Word's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent job openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Public Health Management Corporation is hiring for several exciting roles, including youth case managers, a behavioral health coordinator, and a part-time youth ally. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative. Brought to you by Word Radio. Progressive. Black Talk Media.
It's too black, which means it's too strong.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Welcome back, family. You're tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD with yours truly, Carol Riddick. We are talking with Lois DeLoatch, and we are talking currently about her project titled Love Always. So I would love for you to tell us what are some things that you would like us to take away from this body of work?
So I think what I want you to take away from this body of work is our connectedness. We're connected to each other. One of the tunes that didn't make it on this recording is a song called Nothing Stands Alone. And it's nothing stands alone, even on your own. You're part of a big world and a circle of life. So I think, and also to not feel alone in your own experience. When I mentioned my cousin Barbara, think of all what was 1 million plus people who passed away from during COVID. Certainly we have to move through and continue to live. And that's one of the lines in that song. It's, you're kin, and I know I'll see you one day again, but we must live on. We miss you, but we must live on. And I know that's a common experience for a lot of people. So more than anything else, I hope that people can find something that resonates with them, that they feel like is uplifting. I mentioned the song Souls Remember, and I'll give props and just gratitude to the producer, Ernest Turner. He also plays piano on this recording. Ernest and I have worked together for years, since he was a teenager. He's just brilliant. In fact, he did the recent tour with Tony, when they did the tour not long ago. And I stepped back for this one. This is my 6th recording. And I really felt very comfortable with previous ones, producing them myself. And that's one of the benefits of being an independent artist. But for this one, I just felt like I needed to let go and let God, let somebody, and trust somebody else to help me take some of the music to a place that I probably couldn't on my own. And the song Souls Remember, it started out when we were working on it. He said, I think this would be great as spoken word. And it goes, oh, my beloved, live in this moment. Honor your ancestors who dreamed you into this world. They willed you into being. Carry their stories with dignity and pride. We exist because they survived. They survived. And then it moves into Souls Remember, just a little chorus there. And I know that resonates with a lot of people, and that in particular, Carol, I wrote with my father in mind, because as I said, when he passed away at 98, it was an end of an era in my family. And I remember he was still pretty decent health, well into his 90s. But I remember him saying, and I'm paraphrasing, my body may be growing old, my mind may be fading, but my soul remembers. Even for family members who've had dementia, a friend said to me how heartbreaking it was when her mother reached a point where she didn't recognize her, but she held her hand and she said, I know you are somebody that I should know. So in a way, her soul was speaking to her. She could feel, I know you. My brain won't say who you are, but I know you are. In my soul, I know that you're somebody important to me. So I just hope people find something in at least one of these 11 tunes. And then I do a rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing. And I do a rendition of Amazing Grace, which is one of my favorite, hymns. And then I ended, and I got a call from somebody today, again, in a rural area. A lot of our life revolved around the church, and I loved revival. Because in August, that's when everybody would come home from Philadelphia, New York, they'd be driving to Deuce and the Cadillacs and, all the in the suits, And there was this one older man, he was tall, and he would sing Walk in Jerusalem, but he also would sing, Carol, this song. It goes, there's a union in the heaven where I belong. Oh, I belong to the union band. I just love those songs. And so I decided to put a chorus of that at the end of it. sort of like not even a coda, so to speak, but to again, just to reference who I am and where I came from.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. I love that. So before we run out of time, can you please tell our family members where we can find your music?
Family. As my friend says, she doesn't say streaming, she says it's screaming. She said, honey, it's screaming everywhere. You can find it at you can get the physical CD. See, I'm old school. I still like albums and CDs and whatnot.
I do too.
My husband and I will load that CD changer with 5 CDs and sit there and listen to all of them, So you can get the physical CD at Amazon.com.
Okay.
You can download from Amazon Music. If you're a subscriber to Spotify and other streaming services, you can get it there. The challenge sometimes becomes, so listeners, please go take a look on my website or Google my name, and it gets a little tricky if you say Alexa, play Lois DeLoatch. They always mispronounce my name. So you may have a challenge that way. So, but if you type it in, everything will come right up. And
what is your website? Oh, I'm sorry.
My website. No. It's www.lois, Lois DeLoatch, DeLoatch.com.
Okay. Could you spell that for us one more time, please?
LOISDELOATCH.com.
Okay. Yeah. And family, that is listed for you on our socials as well. I just want to make sure that you are able to see it in there, that to look for it in there, that that it's in there. Eric shares that Amazing Grace and Good Morning Heartache do it for him. He's listen, I'm so looking forward to hearing your new music. Just love always. Love always. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Believe in the power of love. Believe in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Oh, you're just touching me. And oh my goodness. Just, first you've shared several times that you've lost some family members, and I did not express condolences. So sorry for your loss, because I can relate. I can identify, with having lost loved ones and sharing that experience that you had with your family member during the pandemic, which was horrible. It was just horrible. And it was, just detachment on a whole nother level,
right.
Another layer of detachment. So just on behalf of the entire family, I just want to express condolences to you and to your family.
Yeah, and likewise here, all of us, whether it was losing a loved one or loss of our confidence in the world or loss, we all experienced so much loss. And I believe my friend Nina had called in. She had a podcast called Great Grief that talks a lot about, of managing and moving through loss and grief.
I want to say thank you. Just thank you so much for coming to share your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, your positivity, and your light with us. I mean, it was truly just it was necessary. It was needed.
Well, Carol, thank you. And we need to get you down to North Carolina. We have some really amazing jazz venues here. And we need to get you down here.
I need to come. I was at the Middle C? I was at the Middle C once.
Oh, in Raleigh.
In Raleigh.
We need to get you to Durham. See, in Durham, we have Missy Lane's Assembly Room. A young sister named Cicely Mitchell opened that. In fact, I was there on opening night in February. And then we have the Durham Jazz Workshop. It's called Sharp 9 Gallery. It's an amazing listening room.
Goodness.
And so anyway, so I want to hear you too.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that love as well. We hope that you will come back to visit with us. Will you do so?
I will.
You will. Good.
I'll do it.
Family. OMG, tonight went by so quickly. And listen, I'm still on 1,000 because I'm happy to be back here with you. I am. Y'all know. I just miss y'all so much when I'm away from you. I love being able to do what God allows me to do in other spaces, but I so love being able to spend time with you. I do. As we wrap tonight's episode. Just praise God. Praise God. Praising God from whom all blessings flow. Um, as we close tonight's episode, I'm asking you to pray for whatever is heavy on your heart and for those in need and for whatever is heavy on the hearts of others. Just thank you as you continue to support Love and Life. Thank you to all of our guests tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again for sharing time, energy, space, spirit, knowledge, light. It is so, so, so welcomed, and we are so grateful and appreciative. Thank you, family, for doing the same. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, always. Thank you to everyone that joined the conversations. Special thanks. Special thanks to the entire WURD family. Family. Special thanks to the entire WURD family, especially Niall and Nick, for all that you do. Nick, I missed you too. I missed you. Happy birthday to all of our love bugs. Just once again, family. Whew, just remember that we're all in this together. You hear me? So be good to you, but be good to those around you. Know that I love you. I love you so much, but God loves you so much more. You hear me? Just please be careful out there as you go to and fro. Have a great rest of your night, and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday from 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night.